welcome you to our panel, Simplifying the AI ML Lifecycle with Kubeflow. So this will be an insight into the community. So as you know, you probably heard through the day how Kubeflow is composed by different components and simplifies the AI ML lifecycle on Kubernetes. So it brings its capabilities for AI. We also have these capabilities that are bringing within the community. We are all diverse. We are all bringing our unique skills. And that is what makes Kubeflow possible. So we will be talking about, whoops. OK, we are back. We will be talking about who we are. We will go in a couple of introductions. We will talk about our journey in the community. And then at the end, we will have some reflections for you all with some insights about Kubeflow and community and career advancements. So with that, I want to introduce myself. I'm Valentina. I'm a principal architect at Red Hat, but also I'm the release manager for Kubeflow 1.11. I'm also a project contributor. But before this, I was a developer for 15 years. Then I started Red Hat around 5 years ago, and I work with OpenShift and everything around platforms. I contribute with the platform working groups. I'm a KCD organizer as well in New York. So if you're interested, please reach out. But also, I'm looking always into how the platform serves the different components and the personas. And that's how I got really interested on contributing to the AI ecosystem and Kubeflow as a whole. So, Chase, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. John? Test.
The audio is not working. OK.
Test. Awesome. Howdy, everyone. My name is Chase Christensen. I'm a staff solutions engineer at tiledb. I live in Colorado, so Denver, Colorado. So I spend a lot of time hanging out on mountains. My passion is connecting people to technologies that actually help solve their problems, whether that be a developer problem or a business problem. So what I do with the community for Kubeflow is I focus on a lot of the enablement efforts, how to bring people into the community, how to get people working at the booth, talking about what they're doing with the community, as well as providing examples to help people map all these efforts that you saw today to an actual outcome you can bring in your org, and then actually advance your career because you're advancing your org's goals.
Julius?
All right. Well, my name is Julius from Kohout, and I joined Kubeflow 6 years ago. Right now, I'm the lead architect of the AI platforms at DHL. And I'm also the maintainer of Kubeflow platform, so manifest and security in the open source project, which you've seen before, for example, in the CERN talk. Yeah, but let me talk a bit about my consulting days, because you won't believe how much or how many companies, public administration, banks, hospitals, insurance companies use Kubeflow without talking about it. And I want to change that. So that's my main focus, working on Kubeflow platform. And recently, I've also been elected into the Kubeflow steering committee, so I'm part of the governance body of Kubeflow.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Tarek Abouzeid. I'm working as a lead AI and data platform engineer at Telia. I'm located at Stockholm, Sweden. I'm part of the Kubeflow release team 1.10. I'm part of the team as the liaison for the platform and security working group. I'm also part of the Kubeflow CNCF graduation committee. I'm also part of the marketing outreach for Kubeflow. I've been working or contributing to the Kubeflow community for almost 8-9 months, so pretty new. So I'm, yeah.
Thank you. Hey, everyone. Stefano here from Italy. I live in the mountains in the Dolomites, northeast of Italy.
Wait, can you hear from the back?
Can you hear? Is it good?
Yeah, OK.
Great.
Thank you.
So beautiful place there. Got a few years of experience as a software engineer, and then I transitioned to a product management role in the MLOps space. And I've been working with the Kubeflow community since almost its inception, I think 2018, something like that. Feels like a lifetime. So I guess we'll be talking a little bit more about our journey with the Kubeflow community from now on.
Yeah. So as you can see, we are very diverse. We all bring different unique experiences and unique contributions to Kubeflow. But now we want to start talking more about how we got here. So talking more about our journey, which is very unique, as it can be yours as well. So let me ask you something. How many of you are right now using Kubeflow? Just, wow, that's great, amazing. Okay, so with that, I want to share kind of my journey. When I started working with Kubeflow, I'm very passionate about emerging technologies and AI, and I saw an opportunity to start working with the release team. So this opportunity also bring me to start contributing to the website, just doing small, tiny changes, and that gave me a lot of opportunity to grow within the website and contribute to like technical documentation, approve different PRs. Even though I am not a front-end person, I always thought of myself as a back-end developer. I am able to contribute to the technical documentation. So the website is a really great place to start, but also it gave me the opportunity to learn more about each component. By reading and trying and installing and looking at different examples, it really provided me with diverse skills. Working in the release management team, it also helped me connect with my engineering background, which it has been like 5 years since I don't do much. It was really great having all those discussions about the components, getting to meet all the working groups leads, being part of the community. We have our weekly calls on the community when we share the status for the release, but we also have our calls on the release itself. So having all those opportunities to connect with people, network, learn more about the release process, and right now I'm looking into improve that process within the community. The other thing that gave me the opportunity is to be part of technical proposals. So we have submitted, the Helm proposal, and I am really looking forward to start contributing more projects right now, also working with Julius on the manifest. But there are so many opportunities in our community that sometimes it's really hard to choose. So you need to balance really what is that you want to contribute, how do you see your skills, and also try to align like kind of your career path with that. So that's kind of my journey. Chase, would you like to introduce your journey?
Yeah, my journey can be summarized by laziness and imposter syndrome. So how I got started out of college is I actually went to school for game design and development. I started game testing early on in my career, trying to be a developer. I wanted to work on like World of Warcraft, Call of Duty. And I can tell you, nothing makes you want to automate yourself out of a job than working a game testing gig. So from there, I said, this is the worst. I want to get into automation. I actually joined a company called Insight, and I worked in a manual, like physical data center, which I thought was going to be great. I was like, I'm going to do all this automation. I was racking servers. I still remember my first day. I was trying to do inventory, and I thought that a Blade server was a battery rack. So I was like, oh, what's this? These are batteries, right? He's like, Chase, that's a server, in which I realized as a software developer that this all runs somewhere. From there, I got introduced into cloud native because I didn't like the physical space. Got involved in Kubernetes, and as I was working with Kubernetes, I had just gotten my CKA. I actually went to San Diego KubeCon and saw this cool company called Aricto. So I had all these DGX systems in this lab I was managing, and I thought, well, how does someone actually use these? And so I had just learned Kubernetes, and everyone still at that time was thinking, hey, ML is going to be pretty cool someday. So I found this Aricto company that was trying to build a Kubeflow distribution. I hopped there, and I worked with a lot of customers to help them use Kubeflow, but I realized that I wasn't really contributing directly to Kubeflow. So from there, I met Kimonas, who's in the front row. I met Stefano. I met Amber Grainer, who couldn't make it. And I said, hey, how do I actually get involved in open source? Right? How do I take the things I'm doing in my private company at Aricto and bring it into the community? And from there, I was kind of thrown into doing contributions. Eventually, Aricto, ran its course, and I had the opportunity to write the Linux Foundation course to help users stay involved with Kubeflow. So although directly as part of my day job, I'm not using Kubeflow, I still get a lot of value working with the community and contributing and understanding how people are trying to solve these machine learning AI problems. And now as part of the enablement team, I get to reach out to folks, I get to help with examples, as well as do things like the Helm proposal, trying to make Kubeflow easy, because that's my goal here, right? I want us to make this easy to use. I want it to make it effortless because I don't want to think too hard. I want to solve machine learning problems with Kubeflow, not focus on just getting Kubeflow up and running.
Yeah, no, that is amazing. And also, he created an enablement content on the Linux Foundation. So, if you haven't had a chance, just try it. It's really great. It's really like a summary of AI, but also Kubeflow and how that fits into the story. So, highly recommend it. And with that, Julius, would you like to tell us about your journey?
Yes, so what do I do as lead of manifest and security? Well, creating Kubeflow releases, as done a few hours ago with 1.10. But that's actually not the important part. The important part is building the platform. So really a secure, end-to-end, multi-tenant platform that covers most of the machine learning lifecycle. So taking the individual projects from the Kubeflow ecosystem and gluing them together with the shared platform components, with Istio, with authentication, authorization, security, into a full open source ML platform experience. But I didn't start there. So let's get back to my original journey. I started as an individual contributor, really focused on a specific area, such as fixing a bug in KFP or upgrading Istio. And then I worked my way up, also thanks to Kimonas. And now it's vastly different. Nowadays, I spend most of my time making architectural improvements, decisions, Minayo hard multi-tenancy automation to make sure that all our releases are automatically tested. We can release at any time in the best case. Promoting security best practices across all working groups, what I call CISO compatibility, so pod security standards, restricted network policies, CVE handling, automatic CVE scanning, also getting reports from third-party security researchers, and fixing the stuff that they find. And last but not least, mentoring. That means mentoring GSOC students, employees from other companies. And I think over the last years, I mentored over 40 contributors, maybe 50. I even checked the latest Kubeflow 1.10 release, 50 new contributors in manifest alone. So everyone can help, not just with code, but also with documentation, or just by sharing your user story on the blog.
Yeah, and I have to say that I had the pleasure of working with Julius. He's amazing. Like, he will tell you everything about our Kubeflow manifest platform. And thank you for your contributions to the release again one more time. With that, Tarek, would you like to go next?
Yeah, so my journey to Kubeflow, it actually started with a bug report for the 1.9. That's where I actually met Julius and Ricardo as well. So I said, I would like to contribute because this is like a blocker for the Kubeflow upgrade. And then, Ricardo directed me to Julius, said you can be part of the platform working group. They can help you solve this bug. And then, Julius onboarded me to the working group. I started joining the Kubeflow community calls, the working groups meetings, and so on. And that's how I started. And then I reached out that, I would like to contribute more. How can I help? And then, I said, there is an opening for the Kubeflow 1.10 release as a liaison for the working group, and said, that could be relevant to my experience. So I said, I'll be joining this. What I really like about the Kubeflow community is the continuity, that everyone is just trying to help as much as possible. Like, for example, when Kimonas helped Julius to get onboarded, and then Julius helped me to get onboarded. This is what really differentiates the Kubeflow community. Everyone is just trying to help and also upskill everyone in the working groups. So that's how I started, and then I started contributing to other components also in the Kubeflow, like the trainer, the Kubeflow pipeline, and the dashboard, and so on. So I think it's really a great journey, but it's still in the beginning. I've been just contributing for 8-7 months and so on. So I'm looking forward to continue contributing. It's really great community, and you will definitely learn a lot of things.
Thank you so much, Tarek. And I want to thank you as well for helping us with the release and the manifest. I know you're always willing to contribute when we need some help, so thank you so much. And with that, yeah, Stefano, would you want to go next?
Thank you. So the story of how I joined Kubeflow, it's pretty interesting. And it was back in 2017, and I was working in a research center in Italy. As a support engineer for data scientists and researchers. We're trying to scale up our machine learning pipelines in the cloud, and turns out, I think it was end of 2017 or early 2018, I don't remember exactly, when Kubeflow was open sourced. We looked at this project, we were like, okay, this is it. This is really the best in class we can find in the open source to do what we want to do. So I started hacking around, and back in the day, I really knew nothing about how to contribute to the open source, and we just ended up building a notebook extension to deploy, a Jupyter extension to deploy notebooks to Kubeflow pipelines. We just published the code open source on GitHub, and then we went to KubeCon, and I think it was at that point early 2019 or maybe late 2018 to present the project. We spoke with the Kubeflow community. I got to meet lots of folks, and that's how it all started, like from nothing, and with a lot of ingenuity as well. That also led me to Aricto, where I worked with Chase and Kimonas on Kubeflow, and I ended up contributing to a bunch of components, UI, backend, you name it. Like literally, I think I touched every component in the Kubeflow ecosystem, and it was a great learning experience, and I found a really welcoming community. And it's probably the experience that taught me the most in my engineering career. Then I ended up moving to a product management role. I kind of took a break from the community, and then when I came back, I thought, okay, how can I contribute as a non-coder, right? It felt like a very technical community, kind of difficult to find a place as someone who didn't code anymore, but I found a good place as a PM in the release team, among many other folks who were not technical contributors, but were still driving the project. And again, that was a really good learning experience. And today, I'm really trying to help, I think, across the board, and especially driving some of our new initiative, for example, the new working group on ML experience, and starting new projects on end-to-end experience on notebooks and IDEs, and also outreach. So literally anywhere I can be helpful with.
Yeah, no, that's amazing, and you always bring so much passion and new ideas. So thank you so much also for your contributions. Looking forward to continue working with you all. But with that, I also want to reflect and provide kind of a last thought here for everyone. So for me, is contributing to Kubeflow. It gave me this opportunity to really grow my career and advance my career by gathering new skills. Like I am able to dedicate some time and learn like what's going on with AI. AI, we saw that it's changing every day. Every day is something new going on and happening, and we all want to be up to date, and we want to be part of that. So Kubeflow gave me that opportunity to be part of the AI as this story, to contribute to the end users and build this community that is really amazing. Like really, when I started, I found a community that was really open to listen to new ideas, even though I was new and I wanted to change things. They were listening to me. They gave me a lot of opportunities. Like right now, even it's hard to say, well, no, I don't have time to do this other thing. So because we are always, we are always trying to do more to evolve, to fix problems, to improve. But also we are all very passionate. We want to bring our best. So I really found an amazing community behind Kubeflow that gives a lot of opportunities, are open, to hear ideas, but also very smart people that love technology and love how to solve problems and connect with this new AI concept that is changing all the time. So it can sound like, but it's true. You should join our community calls to experience it. But the other thing I want to say is, it's really, if you think about open source projects and how you can connect that with your skills, take a chance, take an opportunity with Kubeflow. It's a great place for you to start growing your skills. Start thinking, how do you see yourself in the next years? Because we know AI will stay and will continue evolving. So I don't know you guys, but in my case, I want to continue evolve with that as well. So with that, Chase, what are your last thoughts?
Yeah, my last thoughts are, I hit on my laziness. I want to continue to automate myself out of a job, but I didn't really talk about the imposter syndrome side. And that was at every step of the way, I was like, those folks are way too cool. Like, I still remember like logging into my first Udemy CKA course and being like, well, I'm never learning this. And then I figured out Kubernetes. And then you hop to a Ricto, and I remember seeing all these cool Kubeflow folks, and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be ever talking to these people. They're way cooler than me. In fact, I pulled up a YouTube video of Stefano, and I was like, well, this guy's a genius. Like, there's no way. There's no way I'm going to figure this out. But if you keep working, you'll notice that there's a lot of folks in this community that want to bring you in. And I think right now, people, the iron is super hot to join this community. I will be your hype man. Reach out to me. I'll help bring you in. There's tons of ways to contribute. Just because you think you're a Kubernetes person, you're like, I'm an infrastructure person. Listen, machine learning needs infrastructure. We need people that understand GPUs. We need people that understand scaling. There's a lot of opportunities to collaborate with people and think, how can you help them do their jobs more effectively? And I think even when we look at me now, I'm helping mentor people for LLMs on Kubeflow and with Helm charts, et cetera. There's an amazing opportunity for you to get started and then mentor and bring people into the community. We just celebrated our last 10 years of Kubernetes. And I think to myself, what happens if you had hopped into Kubernetes 5 years ago, 7 years ago? Well, Kubeflow is an incubating project. So right now, you get to get in early, and then imagine where that's going to take your career in 10 years.
Yeah, that's so amazing. Thank you. Julius?
Well, as said before, my task is to make Kubeflow easy to install, extend, and maintain for you. And that means a lot of stakeholder communication with companies. How are they using Kubeflow? How can I improve it for them? And also trying to recruit them. Hey, this feature could be interesting for you. Do you want to contribute it upstream? So I spent quite some time on that, but I'm also a member of the KC, so I have one of the 5 seats there. And that means even more stakeholder communication, because we have difficult decisions to make. Do we want to integrate Spark Feast into Kubeflow? And we did. What new working groups do we want to have? What about customized versus Helm manifests? Where do we want to be? Where do we need to be in 2 years from now? So all these difficult governance discussions, they are done in the KC, and we need more data from you to make better decisions. That's also what we have to survey for. So you can tell us how you are using Kubeflow and in which direction we should shape the future of the project.
Thank you. Tarek?
Yeah, for me, actually, I think I have been using, at least in my career, a lot of open source projects. I think it's a good opportunity to give back to the community. And as mentioned earlier as well, you don't have to do technical contributions. There are a lot of other working groups and committees in Kubeflow that also need non-technical contributions, like the marketing and outreach, the CNCF graduation committee. So you don't have to just write code in order to be part of the community. And as Chase as well mentioned, that just reach out. You'll definitely find a place to be part of the community. We have a lot of things that we would like to improve, the website, the documentation, a lot of things. So you will definitely have a really good place to be part of the community. Also, I will quote something actually from Red Hat that they mentioned that open source is the future of AI. And I think Kubeflow is the cornerstone of the AI journey and future. So you're welcome to join the community, and we will absolutely support and help you to find a place there.
Yeah.
Wow, it's difficult to add something interesting on top of you guys. As someone, I think I've covered 4 or 5 different roles in the community so far, and if I think about the future, I see the community only growing, taking up speed. And as you all said, we'll need more people, more expertise. All I can say is don't be afraid. There is anywhere you are in your career, in your open source journey, step 0, step 100, there is really a space for everyone, and you just need to ask or follow up. Reach out to Chase, because the best mentor I can think of.
You will have a lot of work, Chase.
And yeah, and seeing how much AI is being taking space in the CNCF is really, it's really interesting, and it's just following suit the rest of the market, right? So again, think of Kubeflow as still the little project that one day will probably be on the front line of CNCF ecosystem. So yeah, I think it's great time to start looking into this and joining if you can, and if you can't, just come talk to us and tell us how you're using Kubeflow.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So thank you so much for staying here with us. The idea with this session is to provide, again, a glimpse into the community, but also to inspire you and see if you can connect with any of these ideas and see what is possible, how I can get started, what are the different opportunities. As you hear, my colleagues here, there are many types of contributions from technical to not technical, more technical, like release manager, or even doing technical writers, or if you are a UX, you love front end, help us in our website. There are many opportunities you want to code, or if you are like passionate about Kubernetes, as Chase was saying, there are a lot of opportunities. Or if you are an ML ops or a data scientist or just a developer and you want to explore, how I can use and start building my applications with Kubeflow. So I am sure there is a place for you, so just reach out. With that, I want to share the last slide, which has, it's not connected, but just reach out to us. We have plenty of resources on our website. We have a Slack that you can connect with us. We have regular meetings that you can join. They are public, they are recorded and available. So again, thank you so much. Thank you, this amazing team. And thank you for listening. I am looking forward to having you all, especially in our community call. That will be the best place to start and connect with us. And we have other sessions. And then in the closing remarks, we will talk about the booth and all of that. But do you want to mention?
We'll also be, every morning, we'll be at the Project Pavilion at the booth. So if you want to talk about how you get involved, or maybe you've got an idea and you're saying, I want to use Kubeflow for my ideas. Hey, can I use the training operator to help for this solution? Maybe you have a new company idea and you're thinking, how could Kubeflow integrate in my stack? That's an amazing place to start contacting the community, and we can help you out.
Thank you. I think we have a couple of more minutes for questions. Any questions?
Questions, comments?
No? Well, thank you so much again. Yeah?
Andre has a question.
Okay, there is a question coming.
Oh, he's going up to the mic.
It's here. Thanks for the great overview of the community. I think I would love to learn more from you. What are the challenges you see in terms of new contributors and how they can get involved in an open source project for ML?
Who wants to start? Where can I start? I think for me, the best place to start was the website, like really just doing tiny, small changes. I think the challenge is just really trying to find out, okay, what is my place? Because there are so many things that you can do. So finding not your skills, because the idea is that you can earn more skills. That's the fun, right? So it's where I want to go, how I see my career in the next years. So maybe I just want to, kind of gather more skills around ML ops, or maybe I want to switch path and do a data scientist, and maybe I want to focus on that. So I think the challenge is really, there are so much that you need to be really strategic about what are the things that you can do, and then, to balance your time. Because, I'm having so much fun that, it's hard to stop. It takes sometimes a lot of personal time. What about you guys? What do you think is the challenge?
I think it all starts with, if you have an idea that, for example, I reached out to you actually earlier for the trainer that we were facing some, feature that we wanted to have in order to make use of the trainer in our environment, which is, secured environment. So, just came up with the idea, and then you actually helped us to create a PR, and then it's now part of the new release, right? So I think it's always try to reach out to the working group leads. They always like, if for a specific component, if you have a question about specific component, it's a really good start, and it helps a lot. Like I also reach out to Julius when I have some challenge with the manifest. So reach out to the working group leads. They will give you the shortest answer.
Yeah, for me, it's really encouraging people, because sometimes people are afraid to make a PR. Sometimes they just post a question on Slack, and then I really have to go in and say, well, this could be useful for other users. Do you want to create a PR? Or if they sometimes are bold enough to do this in the first place, then you have to be fast. You have to get the response fast to the contributor, such that they feel engaged and see their time is valued as well. So for me, it's really spending enough time to make sure that they get a good maintainer service. They get a PR merged fast, and they see themselves then as contributors and see, hey, I have contributed to Kubeflow.
Yeah, I think that the biggest barrier to entry, I think, is getting it up and running and having that infrastructure you can use. But I think the folks that are willing to lean in and have a pain point within their org that Kubeflow can solve, those are by far the best contributions. And I think this is what's really cool about Kubeflow, is Kubeflow isn't one of these projects that's heavily backed by like one vendor, right? We have vendors developing distributions, we have end users, we have individual contributors. So it's really a true kind of the open source that you want, where people are using it in their day jobs and then contributing things that they want to improve their quality of life to drive an outcome. Those are the best contributions. So if you're willing to work with the community, get past that initial hurdle, have the grit of, hey, how can I get access to infrastructure? If you can't get access to infrastructure, maybe work with us. Can we work with the resources the CNCF has? Willing to raise your voice and say, this is a pain point that's worth solving. We'll work with you, and I think that those are by far the best contributions, and I guarantee you're going to solve the problem for like 20 more people. They just maybe are trying to figure out what's their entrance point into the community.
Yeah.
I think a big gap we have is we don't have a strong or well-organized community of end users, which sometimes I think it can be difficult from someone from the outside figuring out, hey, who are these folks who are actually maintaining this project? Is it just random individual contributors? Is it all enterprises? And I feel like if we manage to enable end users to be more aware of what are the companies that are actually using this and how, and what are their challenges? Are we facing the same challenge? Hey, let me reach out to that guy over there who's facing, exactly my problem, and maybe together we'll figure it out, or we'll understand how to reach out to the community or implement something. So nurturing that ecosystem, I think it will be very, very important for us to really get to the next stage.
Yes. You really have to imagine that we have to cater to single user installations and installations with several thousand users in large enterprises. So for us, it's always difficult to find the right balance. How do we make it easy enough to install, but still provide all of the enterprise features for our more commercial users, for example?
Yeah. And the last thing I want to add is, if you are like, well, I actually don't know much, or what if I do a mistake on a PR, or I don't understand something, we really are trying to bring, the kindness and, be transparent and help you out. So if you have a question, don't understand something, someone will help you in the community, will make it clear for you. So we are all like working towards the same goal. So that's something that I really like about this community, about probably any community, but you can ask anything and you can just work on a draft PR, ask for feedback. There are many opportunities that you can just get started, and just don't be afraid, to just do your first PR or your first contribution, no matter the shape that could take.
The thing I want to add is we're also working on a user experience working group. So if you're just an end user and you're saying, I want to make using PyTorch easier, or I just want to make training an LLM easier, or you want to say, I need a simplified SDK, we absolutely want those contributions. Being an end user saying this would improve my life is absolutely issues we want to work on. And I think, Stefano, you've put an effort towards opening a working group around this. So this is something we want to explore, absolutely.
Yeah, community meeting calls will start very, very soon, like in a couple of weeks.
From Chase, yeah, sorry. I really like how you mentioned about how we can get new folks involved, especially who don't have infrastructure, right? Because the challenges for us, I guess, is how we can contribute without GPU success, for example. So I think I like your idea around how we can be easier to make something valuable for organizations on the small scale, and then be applicable for large scale, even if you don't have all this infrastructure to play with. Maybe one good thing about AI playgrounds, right, that we talked about before. So thank you for this. Super excited.
Yeah. I think we are almost out of time, but thank you again. We invite you to join our community call. There are many opportunities. Also, you can submit proposals. We have plenty of proposals, as Chase mentioned, just a few of them. You probably hear some of them through the day. But if you have a proposal, like, hey, what about this other thing that I haven't heard and it's not part of Kubeflow? What about this other process? So anyone can submit, and that's the beauty of the community. So thank you again so much, and looking forward to seeing you all. And yeah, we still have a lightning talk after this, so thank you.
Thank you.